Well, where is the Penguin Season 2? We've all been waiting for some news to follow up on that awesome first season, but with all the stuff going on behind the scenes with the Batman and these delays, well, we've got an update and it's exactly what nobody wants to hear. So buckle up and let's talk Batman and the Penguin. Well, honestly, when Matt Reeves brought his Batman universe to life, when we first heard about Colin Farrell playing Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin, well, I wasn't the only one who was concerned. Now, once he manifested on the big screen, well, fans were blown away, and that directly led to the Penguin getting his own Max series. Now, personally, I love the series. It was nothing but a good time. And by the end of the series, Gotham had been completely reshaped, with many fans anticipating this leading directly into the second Batman film, which it still may. But here's the problem. It's going to be a long time. We just reported the other day that the Batman might be seeing another delay. We've gotten reports that the script is still not done. And now we've got an update on a second season of The Penguin. And it definitely sounds like, to me, Warner Brothers is putting more and more distance between them and the franchise. Now, recently, Warner Brothers television boss Channing Dungey sat down with the team over at Deadline, and they talked about a lot. Things like The Pit, Lasso, and Big Bang. But one of the things that did come up was the future of the Penguin. Now, despite many of us anticipating a Season 2 because Season 1 was so well received, it doesn't sound like that's even in the planning stage. When he was asked directly about the series, he actually said, "Never say never. It's definitely a possibility, but there's nothing in the works at the moment." Now, nothing in the works at the moment means they're not even planning it. They're not even in the pre-writing stages or even considering it, meaning it's not even on the menu. Now, given the fact that the Batman Part 2 is definitely facing more delays, I think we should all start getting really worried. Now, the other day we were talking about on this channel how it might be pretty close to time to say goodbye to the Matt Reeves universe. There's been a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on and more delays. There's also reports of some major health issues, and although we don't dive into that, that's Matt Reeves' business to hold. Well, those delays are definitely adding up, and at this point we're looking at a 5-year window between the two Batman films, which is definitely problematic. Heck, even Robert Pattinson has joked about how the first film was a young Batman, and by the time we get to the second film, well, we're going to have an old Batman. Now, the fact that Season 2 of The Penguin is not even in the works adds to the idea for me that this whole franchise might actually be done. It would be really sad because there's some high quality stuff going on here. And after Season 1 of The Penguin really brought in people who aren't typical fans of this franchise, well, I thought the future was pretty bright. But given the fact that James Gunn is developing his own Batman, they don't have 5 years to get their Batman on the screen, and they're hitting more and more delays with reports of no script being even done. Well, to me, it sounds like all the parts are kind of being laid out here that this franchise might be winding down, and that we might have actually seen the last of some of these characters. It would definitely go down in history as a big, sad moment, and would leave it with sort of a legendary status, kind of the thought pattern of what could have been that we all missed. Now, I'm hopeful I'm wrong. I'm going to keep a close eye on the Matt Reeves franchise, whether it's Batman, the Penguin, or something else. But at this point, guys, I think you should probably go back and watch the video we did the other day and kind of start considering the possibilities that this might actually be over and that Warner Brothers, by no fault of their own, might be forced to just move on. Obviously, the DCU is the future, but we wanted Matt Reeves to get his time, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're going to watch this pretty closely, and if we get any more news, we'll bring it to you right away. Now, before you take off though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily videos and we want to be your place for all the Marvel and DC news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you're really in the know.